The history of Pixar animation is kind of crazy. A lot of people didn't know that George Lucas actually started Pixar in the early 80s because he wanted more computer animation in his films. He wanted to push technology. And the early Pixar team did special effects for Star Trek 2, the Star Wars people working on Star Trek. And it was Steve Jobs, the Apple CEO, who purchased Pixar in the mid 80s from George Lucas because the Pixar company wanted to keep pushing forward on computer animation movies. Not just special effects that was happening with George Lucas and Star Wars, but actual their own full-length movies. And Pixar stayed focused on 3D computer animation and eventually came out with Toy Story in 1995. And this was a huge hit, and this was just a partnership with Disney and Pixar. It wasn't fully owned by Disney. But then, of course, later Disney would buy all of Pixar and own all the properties. And that was in 2006, and so now Disney owns everything. They purchased Pixar for over $7 billion. And then, of course, in 2012, Disney purchases Star Wars and all the stuff from Lucasfilm, where Pixar started. And this was actually a screaming deal for Disney because they got all that Lucasfilm and Star Wars stuff for $4 billion. But yeah, it all started with George Lucas.